Good morning to everyone from a nice fresh Durban. It's been raining last night, so it's nice and cool. Let's just quickly do a check-in, and we'll start with Anita.
Morning all. Yes, it's been a really exciting weekend. I had an awesome day yesterday at the conference Wellness. It was good to be at home and just press buttons and have all the different speakers. It was really nice to see Fiona, gorgeous. Beautiful Zoom talk. Loved it, Fiona. Lots of wisdom yesterday, lots and loads. So we have a life purpose and we just need to get on with the job, I feel. Whatever it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I just wish that I'd had the time to go like Anita did through all the speakers, but I didn't, but I did allocate an hour to listen to Fiona, and it was amazing. It was. Thank you very much. I just understand so much more about chakras, and I just realized how the medical profession know nothing, actually, because they don't accept that chakras exist. So that was me. Otherwise, good busy week.
Well, yes, thanks for the support yesterday. I'm glad that you could put time aside for us, or for me, and join in. And thanks for your feedback. Yeah, I received lots of positive feedback from that talk, so it's all good. Thank you.
Morning all. I didn't get any of these talks. I don't know where I was. I was obviously under a mushroom because I missed it. I missed everything. But I've had a quiet week. Nothing much going on. Work has been quiet, so it's been a little bit, kind of worrying, frustrating, trying to just enjoy the quiet time, but you know how the mind goes. Yeah, that's me. That's my week.
Good, welcome.
Excellent. Yes, it's been a long 2 weeks missing you guys. Glad to be back. Yeah, my partner's healthy, I'm healthy. We're back on track. And yeah, Fiona, I obviously also missed all these things. I haven't been checking my WhatsApps the way I should have. So I only yesterday started chatting or texting again. And I loved the source of all that is. Very nice. Okay, hi everybody.
Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, we missed you those 2 weeks, so glad that you're back, and glad that that little voice is becoming louder. Coincidentally, a business is called that little voice. So she started off with a small voice, and now it's becoming louder, and it's very appropriate with the cards that we drew today. So. All is not what it seems to be. Mickey, will you do a check-in for us, please?
Hi, morning everyone. Yeah, it was a quiet week. Just like I'm counting down 2 months.
Well, welcome and enjoy the countdown. Enjoy making those crosses, one less day of this. Yeah. Awesome. Well, welcome.
Hi, everyone. And yes, nice to see Vanessa back. We missed you. A very busy week for me, but not a particularly easy one. Still dealing with, it feels like letting go of past things. Feel like there's a big sort of change coming. I've been feeling like this for a couple of months. I've been saying to you guys, redoing vision and all of that feel like there's new stuff, and it feels like it's heating up each week. So yeah, interesting as well, Fiona, that you said things are not all as they seem. That actually summarizes my week. Seem to be dealing with a number of things that I think are not as they seem. So I'm interested to see where we go with this session today. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for joining. It's nice that you are here. Okay, and Berelki.
Sorry, folks, if I don't join in all together because I'm only picking up a word here or there. But it's so lovely to be with you all. and I'm sure Spirit's going to open ears or something so that I can really participate. But let's enjoy today.
Thank you for joining. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And a check-in from me. I guess it's been a quiet week, which, as I told Beryl, it's like sometimes it's like the sea. There's a wave pulling back and then the wave crashing. And in those quiet moments, like Nikki also had, it's like when it's quiet, it's just to enjoy it. It's a pullback and it's appropriate because when the wave comes again, then we have to have the energy and the stuff to ride it out. And I guess it was a wise Spirit kept clients away this week was so that I can listen to them. And it's like there's been so much synchronicity for the past most of this year, or say from March, or from mid-March. I've been in mental torture and not understanding things and not being able to put things together and not understanding the bigger picture and not taking responsibility for some stuff and not other stuff, and I couldn't see and I couldn't correlate and I couldn't. It's like Nikki that does books and stuff. It's like because the sums didn't add up and there was a missing link and there was numbers missing. And for me, it was so nice to have had the discussions on Heritage Day that I did, because it then opened up and the Spirit, I could hear Spirit a lot more clearer and messages repeated, and then I got it. And it's like I had my breakthrough. And then as I was in the shower, it's like more messages came through, and as I did other things, it's just, and okay, now I have to share it. I have to put this out there so that others can understand this, benefit from it. If they go right to hear it, those that's not right to hear it will not hear it, and that's okay. But it's like I got so excited, and that night I was on such a high. I thought, how am I going to sleep with all this excitement? Because there was no more blame, there was no more not understanding. Everything made sense. Everything, it's like the most hurtful things that was said to me, I could understand, and I saw it for what it was. And it's like when you have a thorn in your side, it's like you take it out. Look, it might still feel a little bruised there, but it's the toxins is out. And the epiphanies, it's like the penny dropped on such a deep level. So yeah, no, I was very excited. And then I did the talk yesterday on the chakras, and I'm glad that it was well received. I'll post that on their website and then also on YouTube so that others can listen to it. Because if one understands the power of emotions and the effect that it has on us, the true effect, and it's all about weighing up. Are we feeling more feel-good emotions or more feel-bad emotions? Because that is how the body will feel them. And we have to just be aware. What are we choosing, fear or love? And go back to love, go back to love. Choose love, because the root of everything else is actually fear. Every non-good feeling is actually grounded in fear, and it's not to give fear any airtime in our head or in our body or in our life. So yeah, thanks for all your support always. I appreciate it. It's nice to have people to share my messages to else. It's like, as Beryl says, talk to the four walls around you. So it's nicer that it gets received, so that it feels like, okay, my job is done. Yeah. So this morning I asked Beryl to draw us cards because she's also very good at it. And the deck that we are using today is the Psychic Tarot deck. And the messages is very appropriate, and it's very apt. So the first card that she drew was the number 5, and it's the Throat Chakra card. And it's about that little voice, using it or not, or thinking that we shouldn't when we should. It is very interesting because the energy of October, what Sharon on her talk said, was that the energy of October is a 5. And 5 is Throat Chakra. So it's very, very appropriate that Beryl drew this card as well. It just reminds me, it's like, we have to share this, we have to understand it. So in October, we are definitely going to be called to speak up more and to listen, because it's all about communication. Listen to the right ones, spirit, ones that fuels your dreams and your hopes and aspirations, not the naysayers or doom prophecies or anything else. It's like start listening to the inner voice, to what your body is trying to tell you. It's like, hey, I want to sleep. Okay, sleep. I want to do something now. I want to be creative. Okay, let's be creative. We have to be a lot more in listening to the rhythms and the signals. All the ancient people lived according to the cycles of the moon, the cycles of things, and they were just there in flow of that. They didn't try and plant stuff when you don't plant stuff. They didn't do things out of sync. We have become so numb or cut off from the natural flow of life that's always been there. We just thought we became wiser and we're going to do it our way, and it's like instant manifestation, gratification. Everything must be instant, it must be now. And we have to go, I want to say back to our roots. But it's roots that's not in this lifetime. It's roots from our first kind of incarnations, where we were a lot more connected and understood our star heritage, the influences of all the planets, the influences of the moon, the influences of the climate, and be more in flow of it. It's the way we are restricted and where we are, just to sit in our ways. That has to fall away. We have to start communicating our truths more. Say what works and what doesn't work. Speak our truth at all times, regardless of the consequences. We have to be able to express our deepest feelings and emotions to those that it has been difficult to, or speak up for others that can't. Yeah. Anything else you would like to add for the Throat Chakra card?
No, I think that's
it. Yeah. The second card that was drawn is such a beautiful card, and it is Stand Your Ground. It's a guy that's standing his ground. He's got a staff in his hand, and he's standing in front of the sun, and he's just got no fear. No fear of anything. And so it's a number 7. And I'll read this one. So it's a spiritual card, and it's for us to and I opened the book just where it is, so that's interesting. So it's to spiritually stand in our truth, stand our ground, stand for what we believe in, because not always everyone is still there. Some are still operating in 3D, some are still operating in the old ways, and the old ways are, as the next card says, is crumbling and falling away. So this is a time for us to stand tall. This card comes when you're being tested or challenged. There may be other fears, competition, or potential rivals surrounding you in your personal or business life. And it might be a partner that challenges you or challenges your beliefs, or a business person, or a friend, or somebody. It's like where in the past somebody might say something that insults your soul or your deepest knowing of how things actually are, and just swallow it. And because the throat chakra is about lies, so we're swallowing the lies that it's been told to us, especially lies that government and all these other people tell. It's like you can swallow so much and swallow so much, and later on, you know what? Yeah, we don't think so. And it's for us to collectively start saying, no, I don't think so. You can't come with that where the death rate was actually lesser than 0.00 whatever it was. It's like, what's going on here? And we have to start speaking up wherever we are called to do so. Know that you have the strength and the inner courage to stand your ground no matter how hard or formidable things may appear. We don't always realize our courage and our strength. And so one of the realizations that I had this week, it was that the end or the lesson or the gift in most experiences, the top lesson in most of them is actually realizing our strength. It's regaining that strength and that confidence and that courage to step away, know when to step away, know when to step forward. And it does take courage and it does take strength, but we don't always acknowledge our strengths because we feel battered or bruised and we retract and we don't participate. So don't surrender or give up the control you have. And that's that was, I want to say, the gift in my epiphany. It's like when stuff is still out of your control, when you feel powerless, you don't have control over this, you don't understand this. It's a terrible place to be in. But when you can take full responsibility and you take back your control and you take back your power, that is the gift. That is the true strength, because then you can operate as you need to.
When you can say, I did it, instead of someone else did it, and take responsibility for what you've done or haven't done or whatever, instead of passing the buck.
Yes. And therein lies the true power, your true power, because then you know you've still got choices, and how you act and react from now on is your free will choice. So be brave and stay true to your core life values and belief systems, which are your best allies and will help you move forward. It's important to remain clear and focused, or you may have to stand alone and defend your convictions to the end. And you might
We've all learned to stand alone sometimes.
Depending on which circles are around you, where you're the only one that believes in the difference. It's like Barbara said the other time, the old version of me would not even believe that I believe the stuff that I believe now. It's like we change so much that we forget where we come from sometimes. And so I also was like looking at the naive version of myself in my 20s, and when I look at people in their 20s, it's like, oh. We think we know it all then. We've got all the answers, and we know how life is going to be, and we've just got no idea. Because everything is not what it seems. It's, yeah. So it's important to remain clear and focused. Maintain your health and stay strong so that you have ample supply of energy to endure anything, as this could be a long and arduous yet ultimately hard-won victory. So that's an awesome card. It's to say when things become difficult or challenging, it's just stay in your strength, stay in your power, remain in control of your life, of the decisions that you, of what you listen to, what you adhere to, what you speak about, what is important to you. You remain in control. Everything is to be drawn back to self. Wherever the energy has gone, draw back to self, get self full, and then you can know what steps to take forward. And then the third card that Beryl drew, and that's the card we usually don't like, and that is disruptions. And it's usually in the other tarot decks, that's the Tower card. And that is where all old structures fall apart and making a room for new structures and new ways. And coincidentally, the energies of December is a 16, because this is a 16 card, it's a 16-7 number. So December is a time of the old structures and tower moments are falling away and making way for new. And it is for us to start prepare for that. Coincidentally, also, 2021 is a 5-year. It's a Throat Chakra year. So, and 5 is also major transformation and change. So there's lots of positive things that can happen next year if we're allowed to. We stand our ground, speak our truth. If we stand up for ourselves, yes. So this disruption card shouldn't be seen as a negative, because sometimes, and we've been asking for it, we came here for disruptions. The human might have thought we came here for smooth sailing, but we came here for disruptions, because how things were is not how it's supposed to be. And lots of things needs to change, and it has to, on incremental levels, it has to shatter, old structure shatter, new way of being born, done. How we think, new ways of thinking, new ways of earning money, new ways of doing, new ways of loving unconditionally. New ways of giving to self, nurturing self, starting with self, and then you have to give to others. New ways of being more in flow with the energy than in a structured, fixed energy. It's like so much needs to be changed, and it's good that collectively, because as one person change, and that's what we've been reading, it's the power of one. As one change, it has ripple effects on others. So it's all just bring it back to self. So the disruption card says, a sudden, usually unforeseen disruption or major change is happening or about to take place. Even if it appears to be negative, and when we're in it, we tend to think a negative experience. It can lead to enlightenment or total shift in your lifestyle. In a traditional tarot meaning, this card represents the falling tower that eventually crumbles due to its weak foundations. Whichever part of your life you focus on, this is an opportunity to rebuild with solid, positive structures to make you or the situation even stronger. Again, stronger is our gift in it. There are times when the most difficult situations arise in your life. If you choose to, they can act as a catalyst to heal other areas. And that's what my breakthrough and my epiphany finally was, seeing it, the catalyst for my healing and for my shift, because I wouldn't have gotten there on my own. They're beneficial because they truly your greatest teachers. Learn from past mistakes, accept them, and integrate them into your life as stepping stones. And the integration is so important. And that's what all these messages from the book that we are reading is about, the integration. We came here for integration. Integrating now all the lessons of all our lifetimes from the past and taking that wisdom now in going forward. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. This disruption card is a reminder that negative thinking, limited beliefs, ignoring problematic situations, and risky or careless lifestyles must be addressed so that positive changes can take place. It's like before we spoke, before we logged on, Beryl was saying that there was a party at the park and everybody was drinking, and then they feel bad the next day. And sometimes those are the ways that people try and cope, not realizing the damage it causes them, and they're not coping. And because we have to find ways to create joy for ourselves again, to be in our body and actually enjoy this experience, enjoy this life. It comes from us. It doesn't come from any external stuff. So habits sometimes need to change. Life has a habit of moving you forward, whether you're ready or not. And it is a transformation of body, mind, and soul can happen if you view this dramatic time or change as an opportunity for growth. In the future, you may look back and be thankful for this opportunity. So if things change in your life, like major dramatic disruptions, thank those changes. Thank the people that come and shake it up or whatever, because there's always a gift. And we don't always see it in that moment in time. Sometimes it takes a few days, weeks, months, years.
Yes.
Mostly that for us to truly get it.
Yes. When I look back on my past, where I've gone through to hell and back with all these things, I can look back and say thank you to that person concerned, because he was a perfectionist in everything he did, and he truly came and taught me the many lessons that I needed to learn. And at the time I couldn't think of it, but now I can say thank you. You did your job well, and we can move on together.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no longer that feeling of sheer desperation or anything. I don't have to live in the past. Thank you, and move on.
So what are you guys taking away from the cards? So which resonate with you, which doesn't?
Totally resonates with me. Particularly the first two, Throat Chakra and Stand Your Ground. Speak up for yourself and stand your ground, because I'm having a lot of problems. I think I discussed with you and Beryl a while ago with this chap who's pushing me around, trying to push me around with the house and not pay, and trying to get payment out of me, and I'm not paying because the job hasn't been done properly. And I don't normally have this kind of experience, because I tend to pass these kind of things on to Mac. You know, he's the guy that sorts out these problems. But this is actually my problem. So as Beryl says, take ownership of it and deal with it. So completely resonates with me, and it is actually what I have decided to do this week. But it was like a reaffirming of what I already know and what I have already decided. So thank you. Very, very relevant for me. Thanks.
Cool, thank you. Anybody else?
Absolutely. Identify with all three. Those three feel like they were just a message picked from Spirit just directly for me today. And as Barbara said, also things that I became aware of in the week and had made some decisions around. These were confirmation But because I've been in a place of feeling like the towers are falling, and needing to, I've been in that place for a while and needing to carve out new direction in various aspects of my life. There's an insecurity that comes from it. So what you were both saying earlier, you and Beryl, about standing in your power and you taking ownership, you decide what it's going to look like, you decide what's going to be said and done. Really has come out very loud and clear today. So thank you. That was really very, very good for me. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Yes. Wow. They also, it's the first and the third cards resonated with me. I picked a card this morning, Power, which linked up quite nicely to the Throat Chakra, the number 5 card, about standing in your power, just like Maria said, and standing up for what you believe in. That came through strongly. And then, yes, the tower falling, disruption. The other card that I drew this morning just before the session was space clearing. New things happening, and I mean, space clearing is exactly what's happening in my life now. So I've got to get rid of everything. And yes, it's a total new start over. And it's quite something. I've always felt like I have no problem clearing space. I have no problem moving on. But yes, this is quite a big clearing of space that I'm doing now. So, yep, both resonated. Thank you. Or 2 of them resonated.
Wonderful. Thank you, thank you.
In pictures, and it's been coming to me over the last week. Some of it I've posted to various friends about energy. And if I just perhaps read this to you, and then I'll add what the picture's coming now. This came to me in pictures. The above picture came to mind. That was a picture of what we are as a shadow and light. And in actual fact, we are light. And I put here, reversing the picture, I saw myself as pure light, just energy being expressed. Energy cannot be added to or taken from, it just is. However, energy is expressed in pure light. Light in itself casts no shadow, it's just light. Light in itself is pure love. And the picture that's coming to me now is, with the situation as it is and just being energy, Jesus could walk into a crowd where people were being stoned and everything else. And because he was pure energy and light and love, which is energy expressed, which we all are, is why he was not seen by the crowds to be destroyed. You cannot destroy love, and you have to express love in everything you do, and that is your true power. Love cannot be disrupted in any way. So it's just some picture that's just coming now.
Yeah. It is to do what you love and love what you do. In every aspect. And it reminds me of something that my granny said when she was channeled in 2007 or something like that. And it was, the advice that she gave me was, do what you love and love what you do every single day. And it doesn't matter what it is. And that's why I say, when we're in the flow of energy and we understand that, it's like, I would love to sleep. Okay, then sleep, because your body needs that rest. And then, okay, now I would love to share this message. Okay, then share this message. But always be in that love. Love, and that's why I say it comes back to the choice of Do we choose fear or love? And it's and yes, when we are that, we are so strong, because then we can stand our ground, because nothing
Can harm it.
Yes.
Love cannot be attacked in any form. It is total, it's source. And when you one with source, as your message puts, you can touch it. Not maybe human form, but your energy will always be there. You will always be.
We're still busy reading The Greatest Human Potential. We're walking in one's own light. And there's so many messages in there, so many confirmations and affirmations about that that just resonates with the current times. And yeah. So we're now on the part 3 of our stellar history, wisdom and potential. And Vanessa gave me her one of her Gaia TV logins, and I'm loving it. So one of the series that I started last night was Michael Tellinger's about our history or history of humanity, or I don't know, whatever his series is called. I'm not going to profess that I know the name now. But the first sort of section that he opened up with was all the ancient cultures, ancient ones, the wisdom keepers, knew of our star heritage and knew of our connection, and we come from stars, and there's always been this communication. It's just in recent times that we think, no, ETs are foreign and we should hide away under a mushroom or under a rock. From that, we should avoid our family, because most of it is are still family. So it was interesting to hear it from him as well. Then I thought, oh yes, again, that's what we are currently listening to and reading. So it's just a reminder for those who listen to this. Okay, so for example, we are beings of light from the 9th dimension. As such, we can only perceive reality through the 9th dimensional filter. So these are the 9th dimensional Pleiadians that are channeling these information to us, and they're giving us their perspective. But also saying in that there's multiple perspectives and there's multiple parts of our great heritage and the story. So it's just to understand and to take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. I'm not saying this to convince anyone, so just to feel it in your heart. So be in your heart chakra when you listen to these messages. As such, we can only perceive reality through the 9th dimensional filter, except when we channel. This is one exception. When we work with the channel, in this case Wendy, we get a sneak peek because our energy is blending with hers. But most high dimensional beings are just observing. Sometimes they question your motivations and don't really understand your emotions concerning certain situations. Because if you just look from outside in, and that is how we perceive other people, it's like, I wonder why they do that. But you're not in their shoes, you're not at their vibration that they are at. And that's why in the last meditation last week, I had compassion for ones that has inflicted a tremendous amount of pain on others. And it was to see at what dark vibration and low vibration do you have to be at to act that way. And to understand that they're just in a dark place. And when we are in a dark place or threatened or whatever, we all act differently than when we're in a high vibration or when we're in love or when we're in high levels of consciousness. So it's to understand that on this earth plane, there's many bands of consciousness and awareness. And we're all not operating at the same vibration. And that's why it won't make sense to us. You actually have to lower your vibration and feel that low vibrations to understand. Oh, yes. Okay, so that is when you act this way. And it's for us just to see, okay, so I've been there, I've done that, but I choose to raise my vibration to act differently.
I took so many lessons from that last week.
How is it?
Yes, I saw things from other people's perspective far easier than condemning them. I could see, and thank you for that lesson.
Okay, thank you. It is such a grand emotional range. In some places, there are only 5 different emotions. Others, maybe a dozen. Can you imagine having only 5 different emotions? For instance, Casabians like to focus on love and compassion. So if the Casabians, Cassiopean, has known only love and decides to incarnate to Earth. Well, that is going to be quite an adjustment for him or her to feel the polar opposite to love. More on them later. So by now, you all know that each and every one of you has had plenty of dark lifetimes. We often laugh and giggle when we hear you say, I don't want to know about any dark lifetimes. But these lifetimes are often the most interesting because they are so unlike the experience that you have in a higher realms. And you all have had them. So they say, take a deep breath. It's to understand that it's like we come here for these lessons. So we come here to experience all these incarnations and experiences that we've had, so that we can experience a full range of emotions. We didn't just come here to experience the last bit, the love and compassion and kindness. To understand that we've experienced the others, the polar opposites, and it's to understand that we have been everything. And that was one of the lessons that I took from going on DeMartini's breakthrough experience. When I left there, because he said, you must take one person that irked you and all the issues that you had against them. And I made a list, because at that stage I was in corporate and there was 2 bosses that felt like they don't want me to go any further. And I said, oh, they're such liars, and they're this, and they're this, and they're this, and they're that. And all the things that I didn't like. And he says, okay, now you own each and every one of those aspects. You remember 5 times that you've done exactly that point that you said that you didn't like. And that's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. Because we have done everything. And we have to accept that there's parts of us that have done everything. You can't see it in another if it's never been inside of you. You recognize that energy, and either you're repelled by it, but it's you are ashamed of the times that you've been like that. So say, okay, that's where they're operating now. That's where they are now, and let them be. Leave it at that. Don't have a judgment about that. And the whole first 2 sections, part 1 and 2, was about releasing the judgments. And that's why there's a guided meditation on the YouTube channel about releasing judgments. Especially the judgments that we have against ourselves, because those are the worst ones. Because we believe them and we perpetuate them. So it's to stop that cycle of that. So your desire to know is really a deep longing to connect with source energy. And that's why the talks was about. It's connecting with that source energy and realizing that it's always with you. We are never separate from source. We are that. And it's to become each and every day, become more conscious of that. That is what you are, in essence. Doing so, you will go through the ascension process. You often talk about going home, but this time around, it is not about going home, but rather bringing home, yeah. And that is what I like about my sessions and meditations. I take you to the higher dimensions. I take you to the higher dimensional frequencies and feelings where you feel that unconditional love, you feel that peace, you feel that harmony, and we bring it back here. We connect there and we bring it here so that we can express that compassion and that love that we got to experience. So that is the gift, and that is what we do. We understand that this longing can be overwhelming, and we both have that longing, and you too. I know. It's like after activation, and I take people up, and then they, I don't want to come back. No, because you can feel the difference in the energy there, and the difference in the energy here. It's like most people don't want to come back. It's like, just leave me here for a while. It's like, go do something. I want to stay here. But yes, it's to bring more of that energy, because the more of us that brings home, yeah. And that's what heaven on earth is all about. We bring heaven to earth, and the earth is then heaven. It's not a place that you go to later on. You can create heaven in today. Today can be heavenly. It's where you focus, because we live in a beautiful planet, and with beautiful bird life and trees and animals, and I mean, those that look from afar, Earth is beautiful, and in here it's beautiful. Yes, sometimes the human operate at different vibrational frequencies, but it's to be in the beauty, to see the beauty, and to resonate beauty and joy. It must come from us. It can give you a sense of despair and disconnection, but again, it is not about leaving the planet. It is about bringing your expansive sense of awareness into the body. Your higher self has always had awareness of every incarnation that you have ever had. That's why it's easy to do a past life regression. It knows that you are a multidimensional being having a limited experience on this planet. As you started to bring that expanded version of yourself into your vehicle, it will change the game and how you operate. Many of you have coded yourself, like putting markers into your energy field, so that you awaken and remember the precise moments. These markers are saying to you, it is time, wake up. It is time, wake up. And many of us, through these disruptions and these tower moments of the card that we're drawn, that is our wake-up calls. Sometimes humanity needs to be shaken to awaken, and sometimes our foundations that are not sturdy needs to be shaken so that they can break and fall apart, and not have an attachment to the old way of the old that stood there, but it's okay. It's making room for new, to see the positive in it and then the gift in that. That is what you're experiencing. The year 2012 was given to you as such a marker. It was always about a window of opportunity for enormous growth and expansion. And as Crown also says, it doesn't happen in a heartbeat. We are still unlearning of the old, because we brought the Piscean age, we came from the Piscean age, we passed the marker, and we're now in the Aquarian age, but it's slowly phasing out the old. It doesn't happen in one day. Usually on those cycles, when there's a 26,000 year cycle ending, there usually has been grand dissolutions. the earth shakes so much, or there's a ice age, or there's something, but everything gets cleared and the new starts. That's to the severe ways it used to be done. But now we said, no. Let's look at this experiment. Let's stay here and change, create the new structures, but from the consciousness that we are, and bring more of that in. We don't disappear, but we change it while still being here. That takes courage. That takes brave souls to live through that. To totally, I don't know what the word is, but to totally break down the things even within yourself, your own beliefs, your own structures, and reinvent and recreate yourself. So there's so much transformation and change that's available to us. And it's still far grander and far bigger than we can even imagine. But we're still in that process of changing. And the changes is evolving. And that which we change, the children will benefit. The children's will even benefit more. And the children's will even benefit even more, because we are the way showers, the change makers. And to live through it is quite something.
And I was just thinking, you know, we've often spoken about, I'm so sick of it, I want to go home. But this has thrown another light on it. So we don't have to throw in the towel, we can bring it here. That's hard work. Yeah, but we've spoken of it many times.
Yes, and we have.
So now let's change our wanting to go home and bring it home.
Yes.
Yes.
It's to wherever you are, they say home is where the heart is. And it's to make wherever you are home. Feel at home, bring home, invite home in your space, and have the feelings of home where you are. So that you don't feel homesick, because you are at home.
Yes.
And then you just take home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I won't pack my bags today. See?
Oh, good for you. If they spontaneously burn, then you know you're not supposed to go home, so you're going to just stay.
I'll shine my light instead.
You shine your light instead and go up as a chariot.
I've done that before too.
Yes. So, but as you perceive current reality through the lens of linear time, you work with a specific data to mark potentials and motivate you. And we get motivations in all shapes or forms. We don't listen to the motivation, there's gentle nudges. Then we don't listen more, then there's a little bit greater person. Then if we don't listen, then we get a kick underneath our behind. But it's like we do get motivated, because we are to, but it's difficult. None of the things that we have to do is easy. It takes courage and strength, and that's why the experiences that we've gone through, it's like, I've been through worse, or I've been through that, so I can do this. It's to remember that we can do this. Remember we have the power. Remember we've got all that God-given things inside of us, because we are that. It's to start claim it more and more each day. Realize it. Let the penny drop even more. Let the penny drop even more. Affirm it. Know it. Believe it. Feel it. Because yes, so then we create a homely feeling of peace and tranquility and harmony and joy and abundance and all that, because we are that. Not to cut ourselves off from any of that. It's to see the past shattering and the hurts for what they are, but they're not us. The past experiences is not us. It doesn't define us. Our strength defines us. Our integrity defines us. Our love defines us. Our light defines us. So it's not to believe anything from past that put a label on you. It's like Sean is going through his own disruptions and disillusionments and shaking of structures, and he's struggling. And but he wants somebody to put a label on it, what he's going through. I said I think it's more awakening, and he's going through these changes, but he wants a doctor to give it a label. So that he knows he can look up that label and he can take this pill and it will make it better.
We'll all look for a pill of some description.
And many times when I go through the stuff that I go through, oh my golly Wally, I was telling, I think Mickey, like up in Joburg for the past, of the 2 years, 8 months that I stayed there, I think for about 4 or 5 months, I didn't cry myself to sleep. The rest of the time I did. And it's like being here now, I realized, oh, I'm not crying, but I've got nothing to cry about. And it's so nice to have nothing to cry about, because sometimes we go through stuff and we think, many times I think, okay, can I just fall asleep and wake me when this is over?
And now you're woken.
I'm awoken.
The picture comes to me, we were talking about going home and all the rest. So many people have been dead for so long.
Yes.
And it's like Lazarus was in the tomb for 3 days. Some of us have been in the tomb for many. But when we see the light, we can rise from the dead.
Yes.
Because we've been dead for a long, long time. So let's rise and shine.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Beryl, you are spot on that. We've been dead for too long. I couldn't laugh at that statement.
Yes.
Let's wake up.
Yeah.
That's why we have meetings like this, where we can share things and wake each other up.
So if you don't think that way, nothing will get you moving. You would think, I have another month or another year. The date of December 21st got you all activated because it was an important coding in your genetic material and the key memory that gave you, once again, access to the higher wisdoms. And that's why there was such a big energy around 2012. It's like the Mayan calendar ended. So what does that mean? The world is going to come to an end. There's nothing after this. And it was like even the experience that I've gone through. It's like I was told certain things. I would do this, and then I will meet this, and then we will do this, and then we'll go, that's going to happen. And my whole future and the dreams was sort of laid out, and the picture was drawn, and I loved the picture, and I was attached to the picture, and then this whole picture burned and the dream crumbled, and there's no picture after this picture. And it's the energy that we sit in. It's like ground zero. It's
make a new picture.
Now we can make a new picture. And the whole thing about 2021 and where we go into, so November, there's a lot of third eye activation, and it's to start using our imagination now for the positive. How good can we imagine our life to be? Whatever we thought was missing is with us and within us and in our reach and in our ability to create. So it's to start realizing that. It's take responsibility. Okay, so we all got brand new, clean canvases in front of us. You might still want to copy a couple of things that was on the old canvas, but rethink. How do you really want this now to play out? If you are the architect and you design this now, what is it that you want on there? Be it another family member in the house, or be it more space, or be it a total change of countries, whatever it is. So what would you like in there? How must it feel? What feelings would you like around it? And it's a process of detachment of the old, the detachment of that. But there's certain ones that we are connected to. It's like my kids are in Joburg, but I don't feel far from them. I don't feel detached from them. They're still as if I've stayed in Sandton. The distance still feels the same. It feels I'm close to them. And when they come and visit, we'll have some quality time. And when they're not, yeah, it's also okay. There's no longing or sense of separation. And so things can be as close or as far as we choose them to be. It's what happens in our imagination. Do we imagine it to be far, or do you imagine it to be close? And with certain things we want to put distance and separation from, and with certain things we want to pull closer. So there's a shifting of energy. This disruption is purposefully there to create the shifting of puzzle blocks. What has served you in your puzzle and your thing that you are creating, and what's not serving you? What pieces must be brought in? What pieces must be taken away? How must you look differently at those pieces? Like Maria's children that's in Australia. It's like it's different, but it's still the same. It's to say, okay, it's like they're still on the farm. They're still close. Because luckily Zoom and stuff makes things a little bit closer. Or so it's to stop looking at things incorrectly as more painful or whatever. So yeah, what's your take on this?
Yeah, just the last thing you said, Fiona, about the way of looking at things. I find lately that I can completely change things by sort of putting another lens in. And it really makes such a difference if you can understand that you're only looking at feeling bad because you're looking at things in one way. Take the lens out and put another one in, and you'll feel good because you can see it completely differently. So absolutely resonates with me. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. Anybody else who would like to share something? Okay, so are you ready for the meditation? I want you just to prepare yourself now for the meditation by taking in a few slow, deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth as you just detach, releasing that guard, all that no longer serves you. And with each in-breath, taking in the new levels of consciousness and awareness that's available to you in this now moment. Continue taking in slow, deep breaths. Expand your lower abdomen as you breathe in, and contract your lower abdomen as you breathe out. Becoming more and more at peace, more and more at ease. And just feel your body, feel how it is to be in your body. Just have total awareness. And scan your body from head to toes. Whether there's a discomfort or stiffness or pain. Just send loving energy to those parts of your body. Just really deeply love your body. This vehicle that you are using for this incarnation, for this experience on earth. Have honor and respect for it, to this temple of God that you are. And as when somebody important is coming to visit your house, you do a sprinkling. And this is what we'll do today. I want you to visualize yourself now stepping into the most beautiful garden. Lush green grass, tall, majestic trees, birds and butterflies. And a river flowing through it. I want you now to find a place within this beautiful garden to go and sit at your sanctuary, your sacred space, your favorite spot. Allowing yourself now to withdraw from your attention from everything else and everyone else and just bring the focus back on you. And allowing this tone, this vibration, this frequency to go in, through and around your body as you just totally and utterly relax. Allow it to go in, through and around your body. Allow these tones just to dissolve the disharmonious feelings within the body. Breathe again the peace and the harmony. And exhaling all that has been disharmonious. Just totally detach, release and let go of the collective energy of the fear, the anxiety, the not so nice feelings. Just breathe it all out, let it all go, set it all free. And affirm within yourself, I'm one with the divine infinite source. Making room for more source energy, pure energy within you. And all that is not of source light, love. Just breathe it all out, let it all go, set it all free, let it all be. With your in-breath, breathing in more light. And with your out-breath, breathing out all the shadows, all that is not of the light. Dissolve and transmute everything back to light. Spring cleaning your cellular system, going to all the cells of your body. There where you see darkness, dust, or emotional debris, from others around you, from the environment, from the collective, from family, friends, and from yourself. Just clean it all out. Whatever method you choose to use to clear out your cellular structure, just do that now. All the organs that are filters, like the bladder, the kidneys, the liver, the spleen, the gallbladder, all those organs, I want you just to cleanse them and flush them out. All the toxic emotions that they've been filtering, just flush it all out, let it all go, set it all free. Breathing in more light and flush out all those organs now with the light. Transmuted, all back to light. Now with the next in-breath, I want you to focus on all your respiratory organs and systems. The heart, the lungs, and the blood pumping through your veins to each cell. I want you now to breathe in this light throughout your respiratory system. Strengthening your lungs with more light and dissolving any energies within the lungs or within the heart that needs more light, dissolving and transmuting it all. Any part within the body that needs more love and needs more light and needs acceptance and appreciation, just send this light to those parts. Don't resist anything within the body, just love it. Thank it for its presence and fill it with love and fill it with light. Fill your whole body with light. Take a deep breath in and exhale fully. I want you to consciously breathe within and out of your heart chakra. And I want you now to consciously push this light through your heart chakra into the emotional body that's all around you. Fill your emotional body, any emotional tormentor that you might have been through, any past experiences that has negatively impacted your emotional body, or that's still weighing or being carried around in the emotional body. Let all that now be transmuted by this light. Consciously breathe light out of your heart around your body, lighting up your emotional body. Transmute all feelings back to love. And allow love now to saturate and be all around you, within and around you. Only accept the energy of love. Now with your heart chakra, project more light through your heart with your out breath out now into your mental body all around you. Any mental torture, anxiety, fear, depression or loneliness that you experienced, just allow your mental body to be filled with more love and light. Breathe it out of your heart chakra and fill your entire mental body with this light. That it transmutes all concerns, all worries that you might have had in the past or current. Dissolve all of them back to light. So that you don't have a care in this world. Now with your heart chakra, I want you to project with your out breath more light from the heart now into your spiritual body all around you. Fill your spiritual body with this light and this love. The pure source energy of who you are. Allow it to saturate now your entire spiritual body around you. Becoming a beacon of light, a beacon of love. Be at home in your body with full acceptance, full appreciation, full of gratitude, full of love, full of joy, full of a connection, full of a sense of belonging. And wherever you take this vessel, this physical vessel, you'll feel at home, because you carry home on the inside, vibrating and pulsating with the energies of source, vibrant as a pillar of light, standing your ground, standing tall, standing strong, standing confident in who you are, knowing, feeling, being it. Feel each cell, atom, and molecule in your body rejoicing, jumping up and down of joy, being vibrant with energy, with life force energy. Feeling of the energy around you dancing, flowing, beaming. Claiming your magnificence, claiming your magic, claiming your creative abilities. Now in your purest source light, I want you to focus on the blank canvas that is in front of you, that is your life. Don't build upon anything that has been built before. Start afresh, anew. What is it that you would like your life to be like? What is it that you would like to experience more of? How well can you imagine your life to be? What is it that you truly want in your picture? And for a moment, just work on your picture. Just set your intent of what feelings you would like to have. What should your life feel like, be like, look like, taste like? Allow it to be a fluid canvas and make adjustments frequently. What is it that the new you want to create for yourself? Co-create with spirit. What is there room for? And what needs to move out to make room? What changes needs to take place? How can you fine-tune and adjust it to be, and to reach your highest and greatest human potential. Only have that around that makes you feel good. Feel good memories with joy. What has life recently tried to teach you, to make you aware of? What is it that you needed to get, to understand, to accept? Breathing in total peace, total serenity. Harmony. Be in total flow and in sync with the energies, so with the universe, with the earth, with your own biorhythms. Be in flow. Be the flow. One with the divine infinite source. Affirm it to yourself in your mind. I choose love. I choose joy. I choose harmony. I choose compassion. As if you put the like billboards around you, inviting more of those feelings in, more of those experiences, whatever it is that you want more of. Build out that which has no space in your environment. Especially the fears and limited thinking of others. Set clear boundaries for those. Feel your expanded consciousness and awareness, reaching far and wide. And then bring it back. Focusing on your body, focusing on your breathing. And gently come back into your body, back into this now, back into this timeline. And then I want you to visualize the most beautiful silver, golden bubble of light coming in all around you, sealing your beautiful energy. So that anything that is not of the light, that is not love, is not just bounce off, reflect, deflect from your bubble. And only that which comes with love and light will be permitted in your space. And then I want you to visualize now, sending a golden cord from the base of this silver golden bubble down through the layers of the sand, the stones, to the crystal cord, the crystal heart of Mother Earth. And wrap your golden cord around this rose quartz crystal, absorbing the lovely, unconditional love energies through of this crystal, up through your golden cord of light, up, 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 supporting your silver golden bubble of light. Was providing a home for you on this earth plane. Feel the support of Mother Earth and feel yourself fitting perfectly within this, feeling totally at home, totally safe and secure, no matter where you place yourself. From the top of the silver golden bubble of light, I want you to visualize the silver cord which extend through your higher self of the light, your I am, to your I am presence. Mother, Father, God, feel that source light, that source energy continually being connected with you through the silver cord coming down into your silver golden bubble of light. Feeling totally supported, as above, so below. And in your own time, rotate your hands, rotate your feet, stretch and make sure that you properly back into your body. And when you are, you may open your eyes. Coming back fully into this now. Did you?
Gone. I woke up occasionally.
Your body was responding. I could hear rumblings in your tummy. It was responding to the words that I said.
I remember feeling hungry, and that was the last.
Okay, I would love to hear what you experienced in your meditation. Please share.
Yeah, it was a beautiful meditation. I felt it so deeply. And when you were going through the body, I started to realize, you sort of made us cleanse filtration systems and breathing systems and all that. And I couldn't get away. It wouldn't let me leave the left side of my body. And I came to understand that I've held fear there pretty much my whole life.
Wow.
And it's probably what's caused all my issues. I definitely wasn't able to clear it completely, but I just think that I've recognized it for what it is massive, because I think from that it'll easily start to flow.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a big one for me. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, so to maybe journal a little bit on this. The left side is feminine, so it's a fear, and so there's a shift of energy with this disruption. There's a recalibration and the shifting of energy, and it's like the old masculine energy is coming out or being reshifted around, and it's the rise of the feminine power. And the feminine power is so much stronger, that the love, that compassion, all that, it's now to claim that. So there's something about that you need to get. So maybe when you journal, it's to transmute that fear now into power.
Okay.
Not let it overpower you and make you overly sensitive. So you might have fought against your sensitivity, being hyperly sensitive, but maybe just fine tune it and acknowledge it, appreciate it, accept it, and see, okay, so what? So maybe ask a question when you journal. So write the question. What is it that you need? And listen to the feminine self within you, not the one that says I must do and I must do this and I must and I must feel bad because I'm not doing. Not listen to that. Say, okay, so what is it that you need? And where can you fine tune? Where do you need more protection or feel safe, or where can you let the fear go? Or who does this belong to? And then take it back. Pass it on. Let it go. It's like, okay, so it's not mine. But it's very interesting. It's fascinating. It's awesome that you know now where to look.
Yeah.
If you can't pinpoint what is the cause or where is it, if the whole body is screaming, then you can't understand. So that's awesome. I'm very glad that you got that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share what they experienced in meditation?
It was amazing meditation. I actually fell asleep for a while, believe it or not. But it was it was a sort of being awake and being asleep type of thing. I was just so completely peaceful, relaxed, and empty of everything, if you know what I mean. But I identified, I think, the dark emotions that have been causing me to feel the way I have been feeling. And one by one, I released each one of them. And then I forgave myself for having had them, which helped me more to release. And then forgave the other people whose actions have resulted in me having those dark feelings. So it was a really wonderful, releasing, cleansing, peaceful, amazing. Thank you. I feel so much better. Thanks.
Awesome. I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Anita.
It was a very deep meditation. I actually fell asleep. I am so tired. I'm not too sure what happened in this meditation. I am just really exhausted. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Well, I could hear Beryl's stomach rumbling, and when you shift energy, you can hear it start moving. So that she was also put to sleep so that I could work on her. And I've been working on Maria as well, specifically. But yeah, it's sometimes we need to step aside. We need to step out. We need to step out of the way so that we can just be filled with light. I never know what we're going to do in meditations. Really, I never have a clue. But it turned out to be a healing meditation, because it's like I get prompted and I just follow the prompts, and then I realize, okay, so we have to do spring cleaning. Because if you invited somebody that you value in your house, you wanted it to look nice, but we are the ones inside of our house. This is our house. This is our space. So this is where we feel home or not at home. Are we comfortable in our own skin, or what body issues do we have? And we need to start loving every role, every part, even with Maria, with her growth and the tumor and the puberty. For me, I just showered with so much love, so much light, because it's just telling, it's not bad. It's just alerting, hey, we've been building up energy here. Shall we do anything about it? And it is to say, okay, hey, it's here. Love. I'm going to say love it to death. Love it until it's no more needed to be there.
It can be loved to death.
Yes.
Not you.
Yes. So it's not to resist anything that the body says. It's like with Anita saying she's not tired. A lot has been done in this meditation. So if you need to reset yourself and have an afternoon snooze, have that. Afford yourself that. Let's see, Vanessa's also yawning. But yeah, anybody else would like to share what they've fixed? Vanessa?
Yes. What is it with the sleep thing? I was also, for the first time, usually when I go into a meditation, I see myself. But now I felt myself. I was lying in that garden, and it was just so relaxing. And the next thing, I remember the spring cleaning, and I remember a canvas, the most beautiful white, pure canvas. And then I woke up. I heard the sounds, and I woke up. So yes, I was out. It was beautiful. I feel so good now. I had a headache, and it's still a little bit here, a little bit of a third eye headache. But I feel good. So thank you.
Good. Thank you. It's okay. Your body might call for listening to this meditation from time to time if you need to clear out, if you feel energy is being stuck or whatever. It's it's worthwhile doing a spring cleaning of ourselves. And it was meant to be very deep and take you very, very deep in, so that yeah, and that's why I talk out loud, because if you hear or not that the body still responds and the body still listens, the cells listen. Oh, mustn't hold on to the shirt, we must fill with light. Okay. So yeah, Maria also said just thank you so much, Fiona. Feeling a bit emotional and crying instead of or typing instead of talking, needed the extra support. So yes, now there's lots of support here for you, precious Maria. And everyone else, thank you for participating in this. And those that are going to have afternoon snooze, enjoy and rest well, because when you wake up, you're going to be shining. So get ready. But yeah, thanks for joining. And I wish you the most magical day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.